Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at another Pokemon. We have no idea on how to say the name. Apparently it's grafaiai, which is at least what my girlfriend says. Who definitely has got to be more of an idea on how to say this Pokemon. But yeah, today we're going to take a look at a team with the Galarian Moltres, the new Pokemon here, as well as the Clodsire. We're going to have some classic dark double poison line. And I just want to give this Pokemon a try because it's actually looking really interesting, and I really wanted to take a look at this Pokemon already early on, but it took me around like 10, no, what's it called? It's 12 kilometer X, I think it's, 12 kilometer X where this Pokemon is in. It was kind of ridiculous. Like, I really grinded hard this event where this Pokemon first got released, trying to get all the new Shadow Pokemon and getting mainly this Pokemon here. Yeah, it took me quite a few weeks to get this boy, but finally it is here. I only got one as well so far, even though I always use like paid incubators to get this the 12 kilometer X in, so I get more of them. But yeah, this Pokemon here is now going to showcase already in the first battle what it can do, because we're going to be able to fully mud slap down the opponent's Clodsire, doing some super effective damage against them and getting up to nearly 100 energy. We can go for the big Sludge Bomb against the Azumarill, who is expecting the Poison Fang, which they definitely didn't get here. And so we're going to now be in a very good position because we can go for the Poison Fang, force the shield. They can go for a charge move, but at this point we have even some energy still left on our Moltres. And we're going to be very close to the Brave Bird, which the opponent knows as well, and they decide to forfeit here. Goodra is going to be next in the lead. This is going to be a Pokemon that is kind of a core breaker for this team, having access to Thunder Punch for the lead and Aqua Tail for the Pokemon in the back. We're still going to get them kind of low here, which is kind of cool as we see the grafaiai coming in, as well as we're going to see the opponent swapping into their Starmie. That is not really ideal. Seeing a Starmie is quite a rare thing, to be fair. I haven't really seen Starmie in quite a while. Was kind of hyped in the beginning, and then we had the addition of the Galarian Corsola, which completely just got rid of this Pokemon, basically. We have the Power Jump here getting shielded up from our Moltres, which was really important, and let's see what is going to happen next. They're going to go into the Bibarel, and yeah, this is the thing as well. I felt like that there was definitely quite a lot of core breakers for the Clodsire and Moltres core, even though on paper it looks really good, on Poke it was always suggested with each other basically. But there were quite a lot of Pokemon that were really good against both of them, which made it quite difficult to play this team. And yeah, I felt like there was definitely quite a lot of Pokemon that were really good here. For example, Bibarel. Bibarel are going to be able to do super effective damage against both lead as well as our closer, which is just not really easy to deal with. And so we're gonna move on to the next problem. I encountered, I think, like 3-4 times the Germnaa in the lead, and that's just a hard lead loss. And the amount of Marowaks in the back, I had, I think in my first 5 battles, 5 Marowaks in the back. It is just difficult to play against this because it is literally just hard countering me the entire time. For example, if I would have the Marowak in the lead and the Azumarill in the back, I would have been fine. That's kind of the gist of it right now as well. I actually have not really an idea on the Great League meta currently anymore, because it has been quite a while since Great League was available. I think like 3 weeks at this point. But what I've seen so far was basically just Marowak every single time. We had Drapion really often as well, the odd Annihilate, and yeah, it was a bit tough for this team to function. Diggersby was a very common one as well. And Diggersby, honestly, very cool Pokemon, also has no access to the move Return, which is kind of cool as well for people who want to play something that's a bit more spicy. Return actually has a lot of play against a lot of teams as well, just because you're going to have a harder hitting stab move, especially with Fire Punch. There's a bait move still. Very cool move there, but yeah, as you'll see, a Fire Punch coming through. In comes the Azumarill, and we have no chance because we just got completely hardwalled. And we can do it again. We're going to have a Azumarill in the lead, and let's see if they're going to have some ground-type Pokemon in the back. They say in the XG, which kind of makes me believe that they don't have a ground-type in the back, but yeah, the last battle was an Azumarill in the lead against our Moltres and 2 ground-types against our Poison-type Pokemon, which just, of course, it didn't really go like we wanted it to go. But yeah, you're going to see here the opponent going for their own charge move. It's going to be another Ice Beam. We can use a shield, and we should be even able to put them down to the Stone Edge range, which I guess would be ideal. We have 100 energy against the opponent. This is fine. Stone Edge is going to be able to connect, get the near KO, and we can go for the full farm down, ending up with a situation where we still have an Earthquake stored, which you can use against the opponent's Typhlosion, where it is going to be coming up a bit awkward for us, because what we have to do is we have to go into our grafaiai maybe I'm just gonna start calling Girafferic at this point. I don't know, like, I don't really like this name. But anyway, we're gonna see here the Moltres in against the opponent's Talonflame. I was expecting a Brave Bird here because the Wolf allowed them to, yeah, put a lot of pressure onto us. But instead, they were able to just go for the bait, go now for the Brave Bird, get rid of all of our energy, and I could have played it most likely a bit better. I should have stopped out a little bit earlier. I could have played it a bit better afterwards. But yeah, I kind of screwed up myself, which is fine. Still awkward lead, awkward scenario, but I think there was at least a little bit of a chance of winning this battle. But look at this, we're going to at least have a Marowak here and the Charger Bug in the back, and then we have a great battle where we actually kind of have a good position, and then it ends after like 5 seconds, so good game to the opponent. But yeah, generally speaking, I don't think I had great leads today. Like, I really don't think that the Moltres did a great job. Moltres was honestly like such a big meta breaker for such a long time. Okay, not such a long time, but like for like basically 1.5 seasons or something. And recently I feel like it's not really that great anymore, and I also don't really see the usage stats anymore in the Play Pokemon tournaments. So yeah, the Moltres kind of fell off, which is kind of interesting, and I definitely have to say I felt that way as well playing it today here. They were just basically in a Azumarill on every team as well. Like, it's always kind of Azumarill and the normal Marowak, so I guess like grass type Pokemon are kind of key right now. But we're gonna be able to go for a Stone Edge here, which is gonna be fine. This is going to allow us to get the KO. In comes the Corsola. I honestly don't like the open grading meta currently. It is definitely something where you're not gonna see me completely try hard most likely in the near future, because it is just not really mine. Like, it's Drapion, Azumarill, Galarian, Corsola. It's like literally like bulky boys the entire time, all around it, and always the same Pokemon. It's kind of lame recently, but it is what it is. Can't wait to do the tournament though in London, where I now have my team done as well. There are going to be some Pokemon that I really want to take a look at as well. But yeah, I'll see here the opponent is going to be able to go for another charge move. I have to hope on the Clodsire, which is not always the greatest idea, especially if you see P-Tail and Aqua Tail. That's mostly going to cost us the game anyway, so like at this point we're very, very low. At least I want to see what they have in the back here, because I don't think I actually know at this point. It would have been... Oh, the coastline, never mind. We knew this, but like we would have most likely lost anyway, no matter what we would have done there. Marowak in the lead again, so I guess it's better than having this Pokemon against our backline. But yeah, again, it's not going to be the greatest lead either, because I have access to Rock Like, it's not that it's like the best matchup ever. The best matchup ever is at least Clodsire against the opponent's Ariados, because we're going to have access to Stone Edge. We're going to be able to resist the main hits, and like, yeah, Trailblaze is going to be neutral, but at the end of the day it doesn't really do a lot of damage. And so I'm really happy with the situation that we're in. We're going to be able to go for Stone Edge now, and this is going to force a lot of damage onto them, and we can hopefully go for the full farm down. But they actually decide to go for a charge move here, which is fine. We're gonna get a ton of energy here, another Trailblaze coming through, and they decide to swap out of here into the Marowak again, allowing me to go for an Earthquake, get the shield, and then swap out into our, or actually not even getting the shield, we just get the damage, which is even better for us. Now we can go into our Moltres and even would fully farm them down if they want to use all those shields here. We can get 2 shields from the opponent as well, which is great because they kind of mess up. And yeah, they even don't want to use the shields here today. Broguiere comes in, which is a bit annoying, but I still most likely have the options, at least against this Pokemon. And so Surf is coming through, going to knock me out. We have to go into the Girafferic at this point. I'm just going to call it Girafferic at this point, because, like, what the hell. This Pokemon here, grafaiai, I guess, is going to be able to get the defense drop onto the opponent, and we hopefully still have a chance here, but it comes down on what the opponent gonna do here. Can we go for the full farm down? We cannot. And now it's down to Clodsire. We're going to see here as well the Surf coming through. Ariados going to go down, and Clodsire is going to be able to clean up this battle with a Stone Edge, and we can move on to the next opponent. Next one, we're going to have Moltres against the Feraligatr. That's actually an okay matchup for us, but even then, it is not that great, because guess what? We are having Brave Bird, of course, which would have knocked them out, but we're gonna go for the safe play, going for the Ancient Power. They let the move go through, and they have access to Ice Beam. And so, yeah, I decided to use a shield here, and I hope that I can snipe them with the grafaiai, I guess. I don't know, honestly, I just not even want to try anymore. But we're gonna be able to go for the full farm down. We should have actually been able to go for the full farm down before they got the move through, but that's the game that we play. I know we are lacked the turn, which would have been actually really nice to have still all my health, because then I would have been great against the opponent's Pokemon that just came in here with the Drapion. Could use a shit and farm them down, but again, like, if I just had the more health, I would have been fine anyway. Clodsire is coming in now. I don't know if this was the smartest idea to go into the Clodsire here. As well as it's going to be a CMP tie against the opponent as well, which happens to me all the time currently. Like, the opponent has way more energy than they want to show here. So yeah, the storage is coming through. It is going to allow us to get the shield. And at this point, most I should have copped on and just swapped out, because I am imagining that there's going to be a Pokemon in the back that's quite weak to the Clodsire that decide to use a shield here. But also, like, the amount of time a CMP tied recently here with this boy is not really funny. So yeah, well played by the opponent though. Like, really, really well played. Not giving me any energy here to work with. They're going to have the Shadow variant of the Jumpluff in the back, which I feel like is something to work with, because one Brave Bird should be enough to knock them out. It's going to be a stab, super effective hit, and yes, it is, and we can move on to the next opponent. Pangoro. That is not a great lead, because our fast move is double resisted, and so we swap out into the new Pokemon here, I guess. New Pokemon from 12 Combat Attack. And we can go for the Poison Fang against the Quagsire. Getting completely walled here again is not nice. But what we can do at least is we can use a shield, and we should be able to reach another time here the next Poison Fang, which is going to allow us to get either the KO or some shields. We're going to get the shield, and I could even try to force the realignment, but I don't actually really want to, as we can now swap back into our Moltres, get some nice energy here for later on as well. We will see here the Drifloon coming in, which is kind of okay for our Clodsire, but not really ideal either, because they have access to Icy Wind, and they also double resist, or like single resist in this case, our fast move, depending on like if you go for Mudshot or the other one, the Poison Sting. Icy Wind coming through, and we are gonna try our best to go for a Stone Edge here. Stone Edge is going to allow us to get the KO guaranteed, as the opponent lets the move go through as well. They still have a shield left, and we can now let the move go through. Let's see what they're gonna do here. It's going to be close combat. We survive with 1 HP. We have still the charge move stored. We just have to get to one more charge move in order to win this battle, because what we can do is we can get rid of the shield, because the opponent should be already kind of debuffed here. They went for the close combat. This is going to allow us to get the shield from them, and I still have a charge move stored on the Superior, and as long as I don't win the CMP tie, I should be kind of fine. They decide to go for a charge move. It's going to be the Rock Slide, and we win this here because we're going to be able to go for the Stone Edge to knock out a Fire type Pokemon. But yeah, the good game there, and we can move on to the final one for today. We're going to have here the Jumpluff in the lead, which is not going to be ideal for us, but we're going to be able to swap out directly into our new boy, get out the Fire type Pokemon, which is a bit awkward, but it is what it is, as we are going to decide to let the move go through. It's going to be a Raichus. It's going to be actually double resisted Raichus, because we are the part normal typing, which a lot of people underestimate. We're not just pure poison, we are also part normal. And as you will see here, Annihilate is going to go down. In comes the Dunsparce, and we have to be a bit mindful of it, because we are going to be able to use a shield here. It's going to be the Rock Slide, and we can go for our own charge move, which is going to be the Ancient Power, getting no boost or anything like this. But what we can do is we can use a shield. We're gonna see here the Rock Slide coming through from the opponent. We have the Brave Bird stored for later on. We're gonna swap out down to the Clodsire to get rid of the final shield, so we can hit a Brave Bird for later. Drillrun coming in. We will see here the Stone Edge coming through soon as well. We most likely would have been even able to go for a Stone Edge CMP. I don't know. Like, we're gonna see here that we're gonna be able to go for the KO now as well with a Stone Edge. It is going to get the shield HP from the Dunsparce. That's kind of mad. And we can go for another Stone Edge, which is going to be able to now knock them out, which is going to be fine. This is going to be very, very good for us, and we will see here in the back of the Jumpluff. We have to hope that we can win this battle with the Pokemon that we have left, but it's going to be quite tough, as the Brave Bird is not going to be enough this time around, because they are not Shadow, and that difference is actually quite significant. And with this, we're sadly going to lose the final thing here today. Or, let's see, can we still survive an Aerial Ace? We can not, and so we're going to lose the final battle here for today. Well, that's going to be it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and if you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then.